So I thought I'd make a video where I'm thinking a little bit outside of the box. I don't, to the best of my knowledge, I don't think anyone has ever made a video like this about Tapology photos. So hopefully, hopefully I'm very original on this. I haven't seen anyone make anything even remotely similar to this. To be fair, I didn't actually look, but I can't imagine many people have. So I'm hoping that this is a very original concept. But let's just get right into these Tapology pages. So yeah, let me just start off with saying before I get into these photos, make sure you click that like button, subscribe if you're not already, and let's get straight into the video. So I'm going to start with the absolute giga chat that is Teddy Violet. Look at this fucking guy, alright? Have a look at this guy. Just look at him. He's fucking flying. I don't know what he is doing in this photo. If you look at him, like maybe he was going for a Superman punch, maybe he's pulling a Bobby Green here, maybe he's going for a violent head clash against his opponent. Uh, but I don't know, it's a very interesting technique. Will it pay off? Well, I'm not actually quite sure if it did. But it's very interesting. I don't know. Like, look at his leg. He's got one leg in the air. Maybe he's tripped over and he's gonna fucking clumsily run into this guy and headbutt him and maybe fucking knock him out. Who knows? But you gotta have Teddy Violet on this list. A very interesting Tapology page. I would really honestly like to know what happened in this fight. Uh, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe he gets brutally KO'd after this, but I can imagine Teddy Violet would not want to put this on there if he gets brutally KO'd. No KO losses on his record, so I'm sure it went well for him. But yeah, very interesting from Teddy Violet, and I thought this was definitely worth an inclusion because how can you not have this absolute Giga Chad on here? Uh, he's free falling. He believes he can fucking fly. I mean, he's up in the air. He's literally airborne. It looks like. Uh, and yeah, I guess it paid off. He's still kicking. He had a few more fights after this, I believe. So I guess it worked out for him. This one is just like the most heavyweight thing you're ever going to see. I'm, of course, talking about Cameron Graham, also known as the Big Mac. And funnily enough, in his Tapology page at his weigh in, he is holding a Big Mac. He looks very happy. Look at that smile on his face. He is through the moon. Uh, yeah, he's a happy man. Like, look at that face. Look at that smile. How could you not give this man a Big Mac? He looks happy. It looks like he's got a Happy Meal, but he's actually just got a Big Mac. He looks through the roof. Uh, you know, with a 5-12 record, you'd think this guy wouldn't have much to be happy about, but hey, the man's happy. The man's got his Big Mac. What more does he need? He's got his 5-12 record. He's got his Big Mac. What else does he need? The man's set. Don't forget this guy, the Big Mac. He stepped in the octagon with a legend of the sport. He stepped in there with a monster. He was in there with smiling Sam Alvey. Not many people can say they got the honor of sharing a cage with Sam Alvey, but this monster did. He lost. He definitely fucking lost, but hey, he's still got his Big Mac, so I can't hate on it. The man's living his life. Uh, and hey, like I say, the man's got his Big Mac, he's happy. Fucking who cares? He doesn't give a shit about anything. As long as he's got his Big Mac. McDonald's sponsor this man. He's the perfect representation for your brand. If I don't hear Cameron Graham getting a Macca's sponsorship, then Macca's ain't a real brand. Macca's, Macca's, or I should say for my non-Australian audience, McDonald's. They're not a real brand if they don't sponsor this man. This man is a true and true supporter of McDonald's. You got to give this man a sponsorship, in my opinion. But I have Cameron Graham on this list because I respect the grind. They got to sponsor him. He's got a fucking Big Mac in his Tapology page, and he's called the Big Mac. Show the man his respect. Put some fucking respect on his name. Okay, now this might just be my favorite Tapology photo ever. Like I love this Tapology page from Khan Sandy. This guy's at the fucking ball. This guy's at his fucking ball. Why is his ball photo his Tapology photo? I will never not look at this. That is at a school ball. This guy was at his ball. He's doing the fucking shuckers. He's looking very happy. This looks like a literal school photography photo at the ball. Like this is the fucking most Chad thing I've ever seen. You know, this guy was going to his ball one day, and the next day he was weighing in for a fucking MMA fight. I don't understand why this is his Tapology photo, but I hope he never changes it because it is just fucking beast. Especially if you see what Khan Sandi looks like now. Khan Sandi is a bald guy with a beard now. So the fact that this is his, you know, looking like fucking Drew Dober a ball is like fucking, that is a Chad move from Khan Sandi. I love this photo so much. This has got to be up there with one of my favorite Tapology photos, like I say. Every time I see it, I fucking giggle a little bit because it's just too good, man. It's too fucking good. Respect to Khan Sandi. You gotta fucking respect it. If, you know, I think this should be a common thing fighters should do. As soon as they get their ball photos, make it your Tapology photo. Who gives a shit? Why not? You know, give the man some respect. Now this photo is a plot twist and a half. Okay, so you see the guy in this photo, you're like, why the fuck is he holding a baby in that photo? You know, you look at this guy, you're like, you know, why is this guy holding the baby like that? What does he have? Well, you see, this is the thing. Zakar Ryabov, the heavyweight, 6'3" heavyweight, uh, the 2-5 fighter from Kazakhstan with the Wushi Sando style. He is not that big man you see in that photo. That is a lie. The baby is the MMA fighter Zakar Ryabov. That is Zakar Ryabov, alright? I know he looks tiny, but that's because the guy that is holding him is actually like 8'5". Uh, he's just a lot bigger. He makes him look tiny, but that's just a very massive human being. And yeah, the baby is actually the fighter in this photo. Of course, I'm making a joke. Not a very funny joke, but I am just kidding, of course. I don't know what the fuck this guy's doing. It is very random that he's just holding his child like that. I don't know why uh, he's gripping him like that. It's definitely very odd. It's also very odd that the fact that is his Tapology photo. Like, come on, man. Surely you could have fucking found something better to do for your Tapology photo, but I respect it. I mean, the man clearly loves his fucking son. He clearly loves his son quite a lot, as he does have this as his Tapology photo. I do find it very fascinating on why this is something he is doing. But hey, the man loves his son. I guess he was very ecstatic to be a father. He had to let everybody know. He couldn't have just gone to Facebook and, you know, put a post up about, oh, I'm finally a father, etc., etc. But no, 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 no. He couldn't do that. He had to let Tapology know too. But hey, I respect it. But definitely still very, very odd from this guy. When I seen it, I couldn't stop laughing because it's like, why the fuck is this his Tapology photo? But still. Now we have a man I call Catman. I call this guy Catman. Why do I call him Catman? Well, it's pretty fucking obvious to be fair. He's holding two cats. I can picture this guy in a very dry type of humor way, just like making a joke to his friends. You know, they know he's a fighter. They ask about his Tapology page. He just mentions, they're like, oh, so do you have a photo, you know, on your Tapology page? He's like, "Da." They're like, oh, what is it? He says, it's me with two pussies. Two pussies. They're like, what? They're like, what? And then he's like, go and check. It's me with two pussies. And you know they're probably thinking, oh, is that allowed on Tapology? And then they see it, and they see it's two cats. He's like, and yes, two pussy cats. And I just picture them all laughing in like a little trio, like like a fucking like that fucking the Count from Sesame Street. I just picture them laughing like free, and then that's it. They've all laughed. They've had their dry humor. Uh, yeah, I just picture that. I feel like there is a backstory behind this. I'm not quite sure. I'm just assuming. I'm just picturing the scenario in my head. I'm just picturing a bunch of Russian guys around a fire, checking their phones on Androids, wearing Adidas jackets. And yeah, I'm just picturing them. You know, he makes the joke. It's an absolute banger. You get the most laughter you'll ever see out of a Russian, which is ah, ah, ah. And then they just stop laughing and their faces completely drop to that emoji where it's just completely emotionless, and that's it. He's made his joke. He had the Tapology page set up just for that. That, in my opinion, that is factual. I don't care what the fuck you say. That is in my head canon now. So yes, moving on. Okay, so I call this one the "Where are the hoes at" guy. I mean, look at this guy. This is the guy when you're out. He's always bragging about, oh, I get all the bitches, man. I get all the hoes. Like, oh, this is the guy when he's talking to a girl or he's pretending he has a girlfriend. He'll see a hot girl when you're out or something and he'll say, damn, man, if I was single, that girl could get in it right now. Like, this is that guy. This guy right here, Harold Hubbard. He's called the Grand Wizard. I don't think that is of the Triple K. I'm just taking a hard guess here. I don't think he is the Grand Wizard of the Cool Kids Club. I don't think so. I'm just having a good look at Harold Hubbard. I just have a really big feeling that he's not a part. He's not that type of Grand Wizard. But still, look at this guy. This guy's eyes are bulging out of his fucking skull. He is so happy to be around these women. Like, look at his hand on the left. He's not even touching. He ain't touching. He's not trying to catch a Casey or anything, but he's excited. He's got these very beautiful women around him. He is fucking through the roof. This is the first time he's got female attention like this, at least from women this attractive. I feel like he's just, I feel like this man's very happy. He doesn't care about the fight. He's glad he gets to hang out with the women. Like I say, this is the guy who will talk about his game after game and he'll talk himself up, and then at the club, he'll have to drink a fucking shit ton before he goes and talks to any of the girls. And then by the time he talks to the girls, he's so sloshed out of his mind, he's so absolutely fucking wasted that he makes an absolute fool out of himself, and all the girls in the club thinks he's an absolute douche. That is the vibe I get from this guy. I'm sure he's really a nice guy, but just from this photo, this is what I get. This is my character analyst of the Grand Wizard, Harold Hubbard. Respect to him, but yeah, his eyes are fucking bulging out of his skull. This man's very happy with himself. He doesn't care about the fight. He's just glad he gets to have these beautiful women in a photo with him. So respect to Harold Hubbard. But I know what you're like, mate. I know what you're like. You're not fooling anybody. You ain't no Casanova. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this guy's an absolute fucking slayer. I could be wrong, but I just get this impression from the great Harold Hubbard. This one is just all kinds of fucked up. So if you know the backstory behind the shit human being that is Joe Sun, then you know what this mugshot's for. If you don't know, just go look it up. I don't really want to talk about it in this video. This is meant to be a light-hearted video, but the guy's a piece of shit. Let's just say that. Guy's a fucking total scumbag. Can't fight for shit. And I love that, instead of giving him some comical photo, they just straight give him his fucking mugshot as his Tapology photo. That's what that fucking dickhead deserves. Absolute scum of the earth. And I'm glad that he gets a shitty Tapology photo like that. Absolute fucking Giga Chad fucking Tapology users for giving him his fucking mugshot as the photo. Like, that is some fucking alpha male shit. I love it. I love it from the Tapology people, because I can't imagine he runs his own Tapology. It's a bit hard to run a Tapology when you're in prison with a fucking roommate. I was going to call them a roommate. When you're in there with a prison mate called fucking Jerome, who's cleaning Joe Son's pipes every day. So, I can't imagine he's running his Tapology page. I could be wrong, but I just think Joe Son's a bit too busy trying not to drop the soap these days, which he deserves, because if you know, you know. But anyway, moving on. Fuck this piece of shit. This is probably the most well-known photo on this list. This is just known as the most fucking absolute fucking Chad Tapology page, of course. The Makwana Miyakani Tapology page. How can you not love it? Look at this guy, man. Look at fucking Makwana Miyakani. He's got beautiful blonde woman on the right, beautiful blonde woman on the left, another beautiful blonde woman on the left, and then he's got a secret admirer in the background. We can't even see what this woman looks like. The one thing, though, I will say, I do feel bad for these ladies, because If Makwan's performance in the bedroom is anything like his fights, he's only got a minute of fight in him. So he's only got a minute of thrusting in him before he just completely gasses out and goes into cardiac arrest. But still, it's a sick photo from Makwan Amirkhani. Like, you gotta respect that. He looks like a fucking baller in that photo. Unfortunate for him that his cardio just doesn't exist, but still, absolute Giga Chad photo. One of the best. I think Makwan Amirkhani is one of the first like UFC fighters who realized he can just do whatever the fuck he wants with his Tapology page. So why would you not make it something cool like that? He looks like a James Bond character, man. Like, I could see this guy. I could see this. I could see Makwan Amirkhani in this photo. I could see him like Bond. Like James Bond. Like, I can imagine him like capturing James Bond, or like I could just picture him drinking a martini while he's staring deep into James Bond's eyes. Like, he knows something up. He's got the feeling he's a secret agent or something like that. So that's the vibe we get from this. Really cool photo though from Makwan Amirkhani. It's got to be up there with one of the best because you know it's the origin. This is the origin of cool Tapology photos. I don't know anyone else doing Tapology photos like Makwan Amirkhani. Well, I do actually. I know my next person really was very smart with it. He did what he had to do. He changed his Tapology photo, and you got to respect it for him because this one's I quite enjoy this one from this man. So let's get into the next pick on this list. Like, how could you just not love this photo here from Matt Favola? Donald Cerrone, who? This is the real cowboy. This is Matt the Cowboy Favola, looking like an extra and Brokeback Cowboy. If you know, you know. But still, I like it. It's cool from Matt Favola. I like that he's playing to him. I feel like more fighters should play to their Tapology photos like Matt Favola does. Like, come on, it's fair game. I don't know. It's just like, why would you not? If I was a fighter, I'd make my Tapology photo something really cool like this. It's creative. It's very creative. I like it from Matt Favola. Uh, it's an interesting look. Like I say, you could probably see this guy in Brokeback Cowboy, or you'd see, I don't know, just the way he's standing in the photo. I'd picture Matt Favola in like a satirical movie on cowboys, maybe A Million Ways to Die in the West, like the sequel. I could picture Matt Favola as a character in there. Maybe him and Billy Quarantillo could be the Brokeback Cowboy sequel that everyone's been asking for. Maybe we see that. But, it gives Ram Ranch vibes. I could picture him running a ranch in the middle of nowhere, retiring. I could picture it. I could picture Matt Favola in many years' time when he's done with fighting. I could just picture him running a ranch, dressed like that, telling stories of the days he used to step in the octagon. I don't know. I like it. It's really cool from the Steamroller. Moving on. Now, for this one, we go back in time to ancient Scandinavia when the Vikings were roaming the earth. We have fucking Bear Hill, the last barbarian, a heavyweight fighter. Look at this fucking guy, man. Like, fucking look at that beard. That is a marvelous beard from this man. Like, I feel like if he chopped that beard off, this guy would be a welterweight. But that beard is very magnificent, I must say. Beautiful beard from this man. Literally a Viking. This guy has gone back in time. This guy has come back from the... Jesus Christ. This guy has gone back in time, come to the future. I don't know, this guy, absolute fucking Chad. Look at that beard. Amazing beard. Like, literally, this guy would be perfect for, like, a Viking movie. Like, if you ever want to put a Viking in a movie, you go and find the real-life Viking. I don't know how this man found his way to the future from the past, but, somehow the Vikings have emerged. Maybe he's created in a lab or something. Maybe they found some ancient Viking DNA and they recreated this man. But this man definitely, 600 years ago, whenever the Vikings were around, this man was definitely pilgrimaging and destroying villages around Europe. And now he's just destroying souls within MMA cages in the South. Somehow a Viking ended up in Alabama, but still a very great Tapology photo from this absolute unit. Fucking this loose goose Bear Hill. What a name. What a man. What a name. The last barbarian. The return of the Viking. You know, we hear about Bear Jew. Nah, it's Bear Hill Army, motherfuckers. What I just find funny because he's an elected official in government, and they just straight because he had an MMA background, they just gone to his Tapology and added that he's a fucking senator now. I just respect it. I think that's cool. Man looks like a fucking. I mean, looks like a beast. Like the man's fucking giving out fucking lectures in the Senate and giving out ass whoopings in his spare time. Like, I don't know. This is the guy who challenged that guy to a fight in the Senate. So I don't know. Maybe we see an MMA comeback from Mark Wayne Mullen, but I just respect the Tapology photo. Like, I don't think there's many people you'll find their Tapology photo in the fucking Senate, literally as the politician. Like, I don't even think you'll find like a pedestrian or like a normal non-politician with a photo on Tapology in the Senate, let alone a fucking politician. But Mark Wayne Mullen can do it all. He can fight, and I guess he can get elected to office, obviously. And I guess I guess he still adds to his Tapology. So I'm sure he did this. I'm not sure if like people are allowed to edit your Tapology, if you're the one in control of it or not, but still very, very interesting. I like the photo though. Mr. Mullen from Oklahoma. I respect it. I like it. Very good for Mark Wayne Mullen. But anyway, this is the video done. I hope you guys enjoyed this. It was a fucking pain in the ass to research and get all this all edited and done, but it was worth it. I enjoyed making this list. And if you like this video, I'll find some other photos and eventually I'll make a sequel to this. Just let me know in the comments if you did enjoy this type of video. Like I say, I'm trying to keep things unique. I'm trying to branch out. I don't want to just be another generic account on MMA YouTube. I want to stand out as my own person on here. Like, I just want to build. I want to build something on this app or on this platform. I want to make something of myself on here. So I'm going to try and think out of the box with these ideas. So I hope you guys like this type of video. If you did, make sure you do click that like button because it does just help me. Make sure you share this. Put this in a Facebook group chat or something. I feel like it's an interesting idea, or even put it on Tapology because I seen a page that was like funniest Tapology photos, and they had two photos and they weren't even funny. I've just done more research than the Tapology people, so yeah, I don't know, share this around, put it on Reddit, put it on Facebook. But yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts on these. Let me know which of these photos were your favorites, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers. Oscar Willis.